All right, Pet Man Matt Marsh on Football Insiders. It's been a while, but we're getting back and we're doing a lot of exciting things. But here I'm doing something very exciting. Want to introduce to you someone who's been on the show for the past God almighty, 4 or 5 years, 5 years, yeah, 5 seasons. But he's in a new role as the new head coach at Rocky River High School, and it is Kenneth McClamrock. You guys know him very well. Welcome.
What's up, brother?
Congratulations, man.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm so excited, and of course, you had to be the first person to talk to me. Um, I'm super excited. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. We're all so happy for you, and we've seen all the love and messages on social media from everybody that's been congratulating you. My question is, why now and why Rocky River?
Pep. I've been out of coaching now for 4 seasons, and I think everybody knows. I've talked about this on the show. I got out because I had 2 little boys who needed their dad around more, and as the years have gone by, I never stopped wanting to coach. I never stopped loving. I never stopped missing being around kids. It's why I've been so active with CFI and our showcases, and it's why I've worked with you to help get kids' names out there and get kids scholarship offers. Last year, I had an opportunity to become a head coach, unsolicited. I was contacted and turned it down, and almost immediately I regretted that decision. Almost immediately, I wished that I would have taken it. I wasn't quite ready yet to get back into it. Felt like I still had some other things that I needed to do with my family and with CFI. But over the last 6 months, especially since August, that yearning inside of me has just grown and grown and grown. And stayed awake at nighttime thinking about being a coach, and staying awake at nighttime thinking about where I could go and where that opportunity will land. And I'm so pumped that it's at Rocky River. Pep, we've talked about this so many times, man. Rocky River has had so many incredible athletes in its first 14 years of existence. The names that we've talked about on the show the last 4.5 years go on and on and on and on. Watching them on film, seeing the guys that they have coming back. I really believe that Rocky River is the hidden gem in all of Charlotte. And I'm going to tell you what, we play in an incredible league with the Butlers and the Independences and the Charlotte Catholics and the Providence High Schools. And the schedule is phenomenal. I mean, we open up with Porter Ridge and we play Monroe and West Meck and Barry. But I really believe that Rocky River High School has potential to be a special, special place. And I'm so excited to be a part of it. And I think that, with the work of some amazing young men and some amazing coaches, we're going to do amazing things at the school.
Well said, man. Well said. Absolutely. We've talked about Rocky River several times, and I totally agree with everything you said. So now, getting started, what are kind of the first steps, in the process of getting settled in over there?
Yeah, so I was hired. I was offered the job on Friday, so it's been less than a week since I was offered the job. I knew that I was going to accept it when I got offered. When I went in for my interview, the panel was amazing, from the principal to the assistant principal to the athletic director, Coach Gray, to the assistant athletic directors, to middle school. I mean, like the panel, it was as deep of a panel as I've ever been a part of. When I left, I was in my car. I called my wife. I said, babe, this is the school for me. Like this is the most amazing group of people that I've ever been around. They care about this school. You could feel how much they loved Rocky River. You could feel how much they wanted Rocky River to be successful. And I told her, I hope that this job is mine. This is where I'm going to be. A couple days go by. They had a couple more interviews. They called me up for a second round of interviews late last week. Shortly after that, I got the call, offer me the job. So that was Friday night. Saturday, Coach Gray and I talked until about midnight. We talked for about 3 hours, just banging out some things and answering my questions that I had. Last night, which was Tuesday night, went to the basketball game for the first time. My wife and boys went up there. And let me tell you, everywhere we went, Rocky River people embraced us like I've never been embraced before. I mean, I've talked about this. I loved Central Cabarrus. I loved everything about it. Still love Central Cabarrus when I go there. A lot of hugs that go around for me and my family, but it was like I'd already been at Rocky River for several years. I mean, hundreds of hugs given out. Julian Platt, one of the stud players on the team, class of 2025. He's a linebacker. Gave us a tour of the building with Coach Gray, Coach Green, who's been there since the school opened up. Showed me the field house. He had all the combinations of uniforms laid out for me. It was just a really, really, really special time. Met the head of the booster club and met middle school coaches and met about a dozen players or so. So where we are now, next week, Thursday, February the 15th, we are going to have a meet the coach night. I don't know what else to call it, where we're going to bring in the parents. We're going to bring in the players, current and future players at the middle schools. They're going to be able to come in. They're going to be able to meet Maggie, my wife. They're going to be able to meet my two boys. They're going to be able to meet me. They'll get information from me. The first thing I'll do is I'll give them my cell phone number so they can contact me, all those things. And then, unfortunately, there'll be a little bit of a lag between then and when I'm able to get in the building. When you leave one school district and you go to another, there's some red tape that has to happen. Even your current school district holding on to you for as long as they can, which I get. I was hired to teach at my current school, and I'm going to be there probably for a while. But the hope is as close to the beginning of March as possible that I'll be in the building at Rocky River, and we'll get rocking and rolling because we have so much work to do, and I can't wait to do it.
Absolutely, man. I hear the passion, coming out of you, man. It's awesome. The last thing I want to ask you is, I know you haven't had a chance, obviously, to talk to the kids that you just said, but for any players, Rocky River players, parents that might be watching this, what is one message you want to say about who Coach McClamrock is and what can they expect from you as the leader of that program?
The greatest compliment that I've ever been paid as a coach several years ago, DeAndre Boykins, who now starts, at UNC, will probably be playing in the NFL here very soon. DeAndre Boykins said, "Coach, you know why we love you so much? Because you love us. And if we want to go play college football, you're going to get us into college." And to me, those were the two greatest compliments that I could ever be given. I mean, wins are awesome. Everybody wants to win. We put so much time into this thing. We're away from our families. I mean, we want to win. I'm out there to win. We're out there to win football games, period. But even more important than that is these young men knowing how much I care about them. And today, some of the best text messages and phone calls that I've received have been from former players, players who I coached at multiple schools, reached out. "Coach, I'm so excited that you're back doing what you're supposed to do. I can't wait for you to impact these young men's lives like you impacted me." In fact, Pep, I had a mom reach out to me. I coached her son 12 years ago. He graduated in 2013. And she wrote me this long text. "Coach, I want you to know how much you mean to me, how much you mean to my family, how much we love you, how much we still are so appreciative to how much you poured into our lives all those years ago, over a decade ago." Her son is, man, he might be 30 years old by now. And that's why I do it. What you're going to get, you're going to get a coach who's going to work extremely hard. You're going to get a coach who's going to be the first one there, the last one to leave. You're going to get a coach who's going to be invested in his kid's life. You're going to get a coach who is going to do the things that moms and dads want their coach to do. I'm going to be there for those young men whenever they fall. I'm going to be there to pick them up. When they struggle, I'm going to be there to put my arm around them. When they mess up, I'm going to be there to give them a hug. Some of my best memories come from players, interactions with former players that have nothing to do with football, phone calls that have been made, invitations that have been given, and more importantly, I think you're going to get a passionate coach. Anybody who's been around me knows that I'm a fiery guy. I'm passionate. I'm going to coach hard. I'm going to love hard. I'm going to pick you up. I might throw you on my shoulder. I might do something else crazy. But that's what we got. We're going to play like that. I mean, I don't want to be sound like the coach for the Lions, but that's a lot who I am. A passionate, fiery guy who's going to love his kids, who's going to do right by his kids. and who's going to do everything in his power to turn this program around and to make it the realized gym that I think that we can be.
Nothing else needs to be said. Coach, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you on the sidelines, and I guess you're gonna step away from CFI for a little bit.
Yep,
okay.
I'll step away from the show. My attention will be needed elsewhere. But Pet Man, for a long time I've told you this. Thank you for what you do, and of course I'll be saying it from a different perspective now. But thank you for what you do for not just Charlotte football, but for the kids in the 704 across multiple counties and now area codes. And literally, when we say hundreds of kids have gotten college scholarship opportunities because of camps that we've put on together, the appreciation, the love from the right place. You've always been there when you were coming to interview my kids at Central Cabarrus 6, 7, 8 years ago now. Nothing has changed. Thank you for what you do. Look forward to seeing you at Rocky River. You're always welcome. Every time that gate's open, the Pet Man is welcome there. And I thank you for covering Rocky River Raven football.
There it is. We'll see you guys soon. CFI, we're still going, by the way. Still going.